Hello world, Krista here with Books and Jams, and today I'm going to be telling you my July to be read books. I have a super busy month in July. I'm going to be gone the first week of the month, and then our big kids camp at church is the third week of the month, and so I have a lot to do to prepare for that week, and then a lot to do wrapping that up, and then at the end of July I'm actually done at my job. I've put in my resignation for July 31st as my last day, which means I just have a lot to do to wrap up, and I'm moving out of my apartment. It's just gonna be an insane month. So I only today am gonna have 4 books on my TBR because reading is gonna be a nice escape in the midst of all the craziness that's going on. So I know I'll still do some reading. I'm just keeping it to a minimum of how much I actually think I'll be able to do, which for some of you 4 books still might seem like a lot, but that it will be, if I read 4 books in July, that will be the smallest month so far this year. So we'll see. I am just going to show you what I'm going to read. I'm going to start with my Goodreads Readalong pick for the month of July. We've been doing a couple classics and some heavy and some big books. So for the month of July, I wanted to lighten it up a little bit and do something fun. So we're going to read Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is a book that is going to have a lot of 80s references, and I believe there's some sort of video game or virtual reality world where this millionaire who died left some Easter eggs or some things for people to find within the game, and if they find it, they, I don't know, get lots of money or something, win prizes or something. I don't even really know. But I thought this would be a nice, fun, lighthearted read in the midst of some other bigger, thicker, heavier classics and big books that we've been doing in that group. So I would love for you to read along with us. If Ready Player One is a book that you've heard of before but never read, join us in the Goodreads group. I will put all the information down below for you to join in the fun. I also have my Booktuber Recommends jar, which only has 6 left in there. It's kind of crazy. If, in case you don't know, I asked 12 booktubers to give me a book that they would recommend, and I put them in the jar, and each month I pull one out. So these are kind of fun. Some I've heard of before, some I haven't, but let's see what I'm going to be reading for July. All right, I have picked An Invisible Thread by Laura Schroff, and this was recommended by Hope Ortego. I am super excited because I am also trying to read one nonfiction every month. This will be my nonfiction for July. All right, sorry if I moved a little bit. I went and found An Invisible Thread. This is the book that Hope recommended. I found this at a thrift store at some point and grabbed it. I like that, number one, the writing is not super small and lots on a page, so I feel like it'll be a pretty easy read. And also there are some pictures, which is always fun. I believe this is about a businesswoman who befriends a boy on the street. I don't know if he's homeless or just a boy that's on a street, and it's their story of their connection and how they're the same or different and what they learn from each other and restoring faith in humanity. And it just sounds like it'll be a really interesting read, and I'm glad that it's now on my July TBR. So thank you, Hope, for the recommendation. The last 2 books that I have are buddy reads that I'll be doing this month. The first one is a book that I'll be reading with Derby from Derby Lane Reading, and that is Olive Kittredge by Elizabeth Strout. We both found this recently at thrift stores and decided that we would read it together. So this is a story about Olive, who is a retired school teacher, and her small town and all the people in her small town. So it is going to be told from a bunch of different perspectives, I believe. And yeah, it's not super long, perfect for July for me, and I'm really looking forward to reading a book with Derby. We've talked a lot because of the book swap-a-thon, but we haven't actually read a book together. So I'm looking forward to reading this with her in the month of July. I don't know what's going on with my lighting. Sorry about that. The last book that I'm planning on reading in the month of July is another buddy read with Katie from Life Between Words, and that is Lucinda Riley's The Girl on the Cliff. We both recently purchased this book from Book Outlet, and when I saw her haul it, I said, hey, let's read that one together. I don't believe she has, and I know I have not read anything by Lucinda Riley, but she's one of those authors that I just have a feeling I'm going to love. So I'm looking forward to reading this one with Katie. This is about a girl who leaves New York because of a recent heartbreak and returns to her family home in Ireland. when she gets to Ireland, she's warned by her mom to stay away from this certain family. And then she finds some letters that were written in early 1900s and begins to learn about the history of these two families and why there's some tension between them, I guess you could say. So it's a bit historical and a bit in the present day, and it travels between England and Ireland and New York, and I think that it's going to be a great read, and I'm really looking forward to reading this with Katie. These are the 4 books that I have on my plans to read for July. I, of course, may read a little bit more and maybe a little bit less, but I'm really hoping to at least get through these 4 during the month of July in the midst of all the other busyness that's going on. I would love to hear from you. What books are on your TBR for July? Have you read any of these, and what did you think of them? And I would really love for you to join in the Goodreads Read-Along for Ready Player One. I'll be talking to you down in the comments, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!